Hi everybody, this is Angela from Get Women Cycling, and today we are on location in the East Village at NYC Velo, our member shop. Our topic is bike lights, and we're going to talk about what you need to know when you're considering buying a bike light. It's particularly for commuting. So there's three main areas that you should consider. The first one is the brightness, and the brightness is determined by the number of lumens, and each manufacturer will tell you on the packaging of the bike light what is the maximum amount of lumens that the light will project. And then the next thing we're going to talk about are mounts. So how the bike light mounts to either your frame, or other options could be your helmet, your backpack, and other kinds of flexibility that the mount might have, or you might want it to have. And then the third thing that we're going to talk about is batteries. How are they charged? So there's basically two types of battery charging. The first one would be the USB, and that's becoming more and more popular. And then we have the replaceable batteries. It's basically those disc coin-like batteries that you can pick up at any convenience store. So I'm going to use this Light Motion bike light to talk about some of those features that I just mentioned before. So the first thing would be lumens. And so lumens, again, is the brightness of the light. This one happens to be very bright. The maximum lumens here is 1,000, which is great if you want to see the road below you. At 1,000 lumens, you're going to be a bother to any commuters coming in your direction. So you want to make sure if you get a high lumen light that's over 400, that you are mindful to point that light down, because it will interfere with oncoming cars, pedestrians, and other cyclists. So this is at its brightest at 1,000, and then it has multiple modes that go down. So this is the mid-range mode, this is the lower end mode, and then this light actually is really nice because it has a daylight feature. So this is at a lower lumen that is perfect for low light conditions during the day, and it also has a strobe. I think you can pick that up in this camera. When you are considering commuting, the ideal number of lumens to be seen would be 100. And again, if you want something that you want to be able to see the road, so you are traveling through city parks or along greenways that aren't well lit, you should look for lumens that are about 400 at the minimum, and then that goes up. But again, if you are going up in lumens, just be mindful that you should direct that light beam away or down at the road, because it will interfere and blind people who are coming against you. So the other thing would be the mounts. So this is a typical mount. It's got this rubber edge here. It goes around the handlebars. This one actually happens to swivel. And then, of course, if you wanted to point the light up or down with this particular one, you just have to push it down with your fingers and hands and slide it down on the bar. The other options for mounts are for helmets. That's really great because you can, oncoming traffic and commuter traffic, whether it be by foot, by bike, or by car, will be able to recognize you as a moving object, just because we move our heads side to side, and that light is going to move, so it's more recognizable as a person. So helmet lights are really great. It also frees up your handlebars, so if you want to have bike lights, if you have a GoPro, if you have a coffee cup holder, you have more room to put those accessories on the handlebars. The other mount that's pretty interesting are the frame mounts. So you could actually mount lights on the fork in the front and the seats stay in the back. Again, that's great because it's a little lower, and it frees up your handlebars. The other thing to mention, would be charging. So how do we charge the lights? USB is super great because if you're commuting to work, you can take the bike off, plug it in at your workstation, charge it up, and then you're ready to go on the return commute. The thing that I would caution you or alert you to is that some of the USB charging plugs are proprietary to the brand of the light. So you want to ask about that. If it's proprietary, it's not a big issue, but it would require you to make sure that you take the right cable with you when you are planning on charging it outside of the home. The other thing that the other way to charge the lights obviously are for the disposable batteries. They're really great, those coin-sized batteries. The nice thing about that is it's accessible. You can go to any convenience store. If they should happen to go out on you, pick it up and then put it in and recharge it. One thing that you should know about that, of course, is the environmental impact. If that's something you're okay with, then it's not a problem. But again, it's just more waste that we're putting into the earth as we go through these batteries. What we also should be mindful of is the indicator to let you know when that light is going down in power. So again, if we use this as a sample, this light has this green indicator, which means, okay, it's got a great charge. And then as the power goes down, of course, the green indicator will change color, indicating that you have low battery light. Not all lights have it, or some of the lights have these indicators that are always on. So you just might want to do a little research and find out like what the deal is with that, because it's pretty important, especially for these USB lights where you may not be able to charge the battery right away. So you want to have a clear heads up as to when this light is losing charge. Some other cool options are these bar end lights. This is more of an accessory. These lights go at the end of your handlebars, and that's for drop bars or flat bars. And then we have this light here, the Vibe Pro, which actually is cool because it turns on when the bike moves. It's based on a vibration, and then when the bike stops, it turns off. So that's kind of cool too. And that's it. That's the roundup on bike lights. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, please be sure to use the comments field. If you like the content, be sure to like us and share us. We do this because we believe biking makes life better. Thanks again. This is Angela from Get Women Cycling.